And welcome back to Word of Mouth. I have word from the viewers where I will be reviewing Amazing Spider-Man 2. This is one of my next big anticipations for this summer, and I have it for you now. Amazing Spider-Man 2, directed by Mark Webb, stars Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, my girlfriend, lover, hey boo, and also Jamie Foxx, one of my favorite actors. In this film, this does pick up on the sequel right after the first one. We have Spider-Man. Peter Parker has basically come into his own. He's still not sure by the people of New York if he is a hero or if he's a vigilante, but he's definitely been defending the city. And in the film, he actually comes across Electro. Electro is a tough opponent for him, definitely a tough villain. Also, his best friend from years ago, Harry, is also come back into his life after losing his father. So it's just about Peter Parker reconnecting with his old best friend. Still trying to keep his relationship going afloat with Emma Stone's character. And it's definitely going to be just him just still trying to come into being Spider-Man and also dealing with the promise that he made in the first film. So let's go ahead right back into this review. I'm going to go ahead and start with the acting. Acting, I got to give this a 4. All actors performed. I mean, they really performed. Andrew Garfield, great Spider-Man. I love seeing his character evolve. You see that he has some demons. He's still trying to fight. He's still dealing with the ghosts of his parents and just that lack of knowledge, knowing, what were they working on? Why did they leave him? He's dealing with the ghost of his uncle. How he feels like he kind of contributed to his death, and he's dealing with also the ghost of and the promise that he's not keeping because he's continuously dating the character for Emma Stone. So there's that issue. He's dealing with a lot, but he still has the task on his back of being Spider-Man and being a hero. So just seeing, you really see the struggle that Peter Parker faces in this film. So that's deeply depicted. One of the great things I loved. Jamie Foxx, wow. Definitely performed. His character is kind of similar to another character he's played before. I'm not going to give it away because I don't want to give a spoiler. But once you see the movie, think about another Jamie Foxx movie that might not even be 3 to 5 years old. You may see some traces of another character, but regardless, still he definitely performed. I think he really shined, and I really think he helped to make this movie. The character Electro, even though he's very fierce in the comics, he's a little bit more softer, and he's the guy that's been kicked around just way too many times, and now he just wants it. He's just powerful now. So I really love how he plays out this character. It's definitely awesome. So the acting also, I'm gonna be consistent with a 4 with the acting. Plot, I'm gonna stay with a 4 on this one. Now the plot, I mean, it's honestly, if I gotta be honest, it's not too different from the second Spider-Man. A few villains are lurking around or that emerge. Also, something that I see that's real similar is Batman Returns. How you see how Jim Carrey plays Edward Nygma, and then right after Edward Nygma, comes into something, when he kind of warps himself, then he becomes the Riddler. So we kind of see traces of that film also in this plot. So while that kind of kept it from being the classic plot that it could be, it definitely has its originality. It definitely separated itself from the other Spider-Man series, and it's still a very, very good sequel. So plot definitely is going to be deserving of a 4. Entertainment. This is entertaining. No lie. I mean, just again, it just shows how much more skill and how much more now Peter Parker's in the Spider-Man. He's strong. I mean, he's lifting stuff. His spider sense, the way they do that is real crazy, and he's real precise. I mean, the entertainment, I got to give that a 4.5. It's really entertaining. It's got some spots here and there that focus more on the story, which still makes the movie entertaining, but you're just still waiting for the fight scenes. You're waiting to see Spider-Man just, have you in awe with everything that he does and he can do. And that doesn't always come across because of the story element of it, which is still good. But 4.5 is what I'm going to give this one. I'm really ready to rate this film, but I got some people that really want to talk to y'all about this film. Let's get with them, and I'm going to close this out with my analysis, and that's coming up next. Okay, can I have your name, please?
It's Melissa.
Okay. Now, did you like this movie, Amazing Spider-Man 2?
I did. I really loved it. Big Spider-Man fan, as you can see in my shirt. I had the first Spider-Man on VHS. I used to watch it every day, so I think it was a really good movie.
Okay, that's good. So normally on the show, we like to rate the movie from 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. What would you give it and why?
Compared to the first one, I would give it a 4.5, just because there's a lot of action on here, and he kind of got to see his father's past, and the action was really good.
Okay, that's good. All right. Without giving any spoilers, because I really hate for people who have not seen it yet to get any spoilers that might turn them off or might show them something or hear something they don't want to hear. What would be your favorite part and why?
I would say my favorite part is when he discovered his dad passed, and probably the end when you get to see a new villain. So.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, thank you. I like your shirt. 2 Spider-Man shirts here. Spider-Man Mania going on here for Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'll be back with another viewer. Word of mouth. Welcome back to Word from the Viewers. I have 2 special guests with me for this episode where we just saw Amazing Spider-Man 2. Can I get your names, please?
Sean Thornton.
Diana Carter.
Okay, now they just viewed Amazing Spider-Man with me. As you can see, we were equipped for this one. We got Spider-Man shirts. She got another Spider-Man shirt, Spider-Man bucket. We even necklace. It's that serious. It's that serious for this episode. So we gotta know. Okay, so this was Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now y'all both saw the first one, right?
Yes, I saw all of them and also all the cartoons and all that. So yes, this was. It lived up to my expectations.
It was beyond. I loved it so much. Yes, I love it.
Yes.
I want to see it again.
Yep.
See it again. Okay, so I don't even gotta ask you if you thought it was just so they know. Was this a good sequel?
Yes, it was. I like Jamie Foxx's Electro. He was a menacing opponent and formidable, extremely tough. Not like the original franchise, he was never in there. Spider-Man always fought enemies that were tough. But this guy, he was actually more electric. He couldn't actually touch him. That was the only enemy that he could actually had an issue with.
Challenging. Very challenging. I loved that. It was so cool. It was different. It was more intellectual.
Yes.
Actually, yes.
And also the new guy, Goblin. The new Goblin, he's
cool. Yeah.
he's not like the one with the Sam Raimi franchise, if anyone's seen it, because he's actually far more
Scarier.
frightening
He's
and
scarier.
ugly as hell is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
So you liked this one is a sequel. You liked the villains. Normally what we like to do, I'm going to give a rating from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. What would be your rating and why?
I'll say 5 because it did live up to the comics, and there was some prizes, and also there's some the humor. Spider-Man as a wise ass, as we all know and love. There's also some at the end is well, I can't describe it, but anyone who knows the comics, they understand what I'm talking about. So yes.
And what would be your rating and why? 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest.
6 because Jamie Foxx is very buff.
Because Jamie Foxx is very buff. Okay. Well, I can't be mad about it. Jamie Foxx is very buff. Yeah. Without giving out any spoilers, what would you say would be your favorite part of the movie?
Let's see. I would like to say when the couple of scenes like when Spider-Man first fought Electro, and then the part when Spidey fights some characters. Can't describe it, but I don't want to explore it. But I will say there is something, however, if people watch the movie, there is something at the end, just more likely for the next X-Men movie, but that's about it. Nothing else. So when you see that, then best thing to do is leave after that.
Okay, what would be your favorite part without giving out any spoilers, and why is it your favorite part?
The part where Jamie Foxx becomes, it's very, very cool. Wow, it's very cool.
Do you like Electro, or do you just like Jamie Foxx? Which one is it?
I'm not sure.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that.
Jamie Foxx.
Okay, you like Jamie Foxx. It's fine, which is fine.
Both, really, man. Jamie Foxx, man, he was a badass. Yeah. How can you not love him, man?
Yeah. And I really love, that we get a A-list actor who's always leading, and we put him on the opposite side. We still love him because he's still like a victim, but
And he was the poor guy. I mean, but
yes.
he was. It was not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, gosh, I feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, he was a really nice guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, sweetheart. I mean, I just love Jamie Foxx. Yeah.
If anyone's familiar with Frankenstein, you know how the outcome is, if you can say that.
Right.
That was a
Yeah. Created a monster, and that's what it becomes.
so sweet though.
Yeah, he was.
Pretty nice guy, though, before, and then,
Yeah, and then
yeah.
you are what you make him.
And it's so cool though. Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah. Well, y'all heard it here. I mean, from this being just a great sequel to Jamie Foxx being buff, being a victim, just being bad. I mean, it's so many reasons why Amazing Spider-Man 2 was a great film, and I'll be back wrapping it up with the analysis of the review. This is the word of mouth. I thank y'all. Thank y'all again. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll be back. I'm a little buff too? Nice. Okay, so as you've seen, I did speak with viewers who really loved this movie. So let's go ahead and wrap up with my final review. For acting, I definitely gave this movie a 4. Some great acting, some really good actors. So there's basically just some great acting going on, good performances. We really love the evolution of Spider-Man and his character, and what he's facing in this film. It's just really great that's brought on screen. Of course, Emma Stone, love her. She keeps the same role, but she's like that support system. She's that backbone for Peter Parker. So it's good to see that. Jamie Foxx, mesmerizing, in the movie. You never really see any good acting come from a villain or a hero in these type of movies, but his character was really great. So the acting definitely has to get a 4. For the plot, I really also have to say consistent and give this a 4. It's really great just to see some backstory added on to the action. So that just made it that much better. Entertainment, I got to give this a 4.5. I mean, the first Amazing Spider-Man was really good. This one was that much better. It really took it up a notch with just the different type of fighting, all the action with his web skills, his agility. That was really official. So, I'm going to have to go ahead and close this film out with being a 4.5. Listen, if you saw the first one, great. There's no way that you loved the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and you're hating this one. I just don't believe you. And if you say it, I'm going to ignore you because I'm just not believing that. So again, this one is fresh, even though, it's Spider-Man and, there wasn't a long window of time for this. It's Spider-Man like we've never seen him, like we never imagined him. For all the people that love the comics, this is something that's really good. You're really going to be entertained. I would just go ahead and definitely make sure you see the first one, just so you can see some of the references with some things that haunt Spider-Man, just so you kind of in the loop on what's going on with that. But again, 4.5 out of 5. I mean, you don't got to know the math. This is going to definitely be worth your money. So again, go and see this one. Bring a friend. It's all for the family. Definitely check this one out. Well, that's it for us here on the Word of Mouth Show. Remember, I am your host, Montrel. This is your #1 source for entertainment news and movie reviews. And I'll see y'all next week.